Hi there, my name is Sammy. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. We're back for my third monthly wrap-up. I'm actually leaving for a trip to Bangkok tomorrow. I'm sure when you see this I'll already be there because I'm a little bit behind on editing. But yes, I'm super excited. Since I'm leaving for my trip, I'm packing. So if you can see a mess behind me, no you can't. Yeah, let's just get into it. First things first, all the books that I read in the month of March. I actually read way more than this. I listened to a couple and then a few of them were advanced copies I had to return to work so that other people could read them. But I will give you my reviews anyways. First things first, the books I listened to this month. I only listened to two, but the first one was One Day Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This. It is a autobiography slash political observation slash essays, I suppose. And he kind of talks about how someday we're all going to look back on the conflict and the genocide happening in Palestine, and everyone's going to have said that they were always against it, but realistically, when the moment is really here, people don't say anything. So it was very powerful. There was a lot of moments that I heard, like a lot of lines I heard that I was like, oh, I wish I had this book in my hand so I could highlight it. So I absolutely recommend that one. It was incredible, very powerful, and, you know, very true, very important during the time in the world that we are currently in. I also listened to The Secret History of the Rape Kit. That was a biography about the woman who originally invented the rape kit, kind of the evolution that it has had, and to end up where we are now with the rape kit that we have currently. That was also super interesting. I really enjoyed that. That was like something kind of different that I don't typically listen to, but super cool. I didn't know any of that history, so yeah, I liked that as well. Both were good listens. And I also read all of the arcs that I said I was going to read this month. So I read Julie Chan is Dead, I read Finding Flora, and I also read The Cartoonist Club, which is a graphic novel by Raina Telgemeier that's coming out. All of them were fantastic. I really enjoyed all of them. Finding Flora was my favorite. It really reminded me of Little House on the Prairie, which was very cozy, and I loved those books when I was a kid, so that was cool. And Julie Chan is Dead was not a mystery thriller. It was definitely a cult horror, which I did not realize, and I don't typically read horror, so I was kind of like disturbed and shocked, but it was also really good. And she's a Canadian author too, which they're both Canadian authors, so that was super cool. If you enjoyed the movie Midsummer, I do think that you would like Julie Chan is Dead. It's very interesting characters, very interesting concept. And then for the books I actually have in my hand that I finished this month. First one, I had already started this in February. We have talked about this before. I finished it this month. It was fine. I think that there was definitely a lot of interesting aspects to it. I think Jesmyn Ward has beautiful writing and prose, and she can paint the world around the characters so well. But there was a lot of like spiritual aspects to it that I felt did not quite connect with the rest of the story for me. I mean, amazing. I think that a lot of people would love this book, and I did enjoy it, but it was not my favorite just because of that. I felt that it kind of like pulled me out of the story a little bit. Second, this is also an advanced copy, but it doesn't come out till June. It's called Heir of Storms. It is the first book in a new YA fantasy series, and it was kind of giving like Hunger Games meets Red Queen. Basically, there is 4 factions. Each one has the powers of a certain element, and then they all are competing in this competition to become the queen of their king or queen of their faction. That was a really bad explanation. But I loved this. I could not put it down. I liked the romance that was happening in here. I really liked the characters. I'm really invested, and I'm really mad about the fact that this book isn't even out yet, so I'm gonna have to wait God knows how long for the other books in the series to come out. I do recommend it anyway. I haven't read a lot of YA fantasy series recently that like hooked me like this, but I really enjoyed this. Next, I did not read Fahrenheit 451, but I did read the graphic novel version because I really wanted to at least get the banned book challenge completed. So I still have not made it through the novel, but I will get through the novel as well. For now, we have a graphic novel. Finally, Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins is the newest installment in the Hunger Games series. And I literally loved this so much. The messaging of propaganda and implicit submission to power systems and government systems was insane. You know, definitely she wrote this for a reason at this time, and you can definitely feel that. But I loved how it really tied together the first prequel and the original trilogy, and kind of bridge the gap between all of that time and kind of gives you more of insight into what is truly going on here. So yeah, this was incredible. Loved this so much. I got to go on the radio and talk about it too, which was super cool. So, my April TBR, huge. Don't know how I plan to pack all of these in my suitcase, but I'm gonna do it, okay? First, for the 3rd month in a row, The Namesake. Except for I'm halfway through now. Nope, not even. But I did actually start it. I just did not get the chance to finish it. But I will finish it, okay? It's gonna happen. This is the month. It is also the month to finish my other 2 school books. The Wars by Timothy Findley, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Because in May, I have to take my final. So, we are doing it this month, guys. I'm on vacation for the whole month. It's going to happen. Hold me to it. I also have a few books from the library that are in a series that I'm currently in the middle of reading. It's the Great Library series by Rachel Kane. So those I'm also gonna read. But for my ARCs, I have The South Wind by Alexandra Warwick, which is a standalone fantasy. Next, we've got Slipstream by Madge Murrill. This is a Formula One romance, which typically I've never cared about Formula One in my life, but my dad started watching like the races and getting me to watch them with him. I don't know, I like the cover though. Next, No Straight Road Takes You There by Rebecca Solnit. Essays for Uneven Terrain, it says. Explores how our actions can shape the future and the liberatory possibilities of embracing uncertainty. I don't know, this one's a quick one, little nonfiction moment. And then I have Daughters by Kirsty Capes, which is for fans of Daisy Jones and the Six, about the story of sisters on a road trip to protect their mother's legacy, mend their relationship, and stop an art exhibit at all costs. All I needed to hear was Daisy Jones, and I was ready, but I'm the most excited for this one, just because I love stuff like this. So that's my April TBR. A little bit quicker because I'm gonna be gone and I can't carry all 12 million books I want to read. Final thing on the agenda for today, I guess. Oh my god, what am I even saying? First Empty is the Kenneth Bernard heat protectant spray. This is my all-time favorite heat protectant. I did rebuy it today because I tried to buy a different one and it made my hair so horrible and gross that I couldn't use it. So, sticking to what we like. Let's just keep going with the hair stuff, why don't we? I finished the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Mask. I've had this for so long, but I really like this stuff. I do think it works. It's good for the scalp. It's very cooling. It's very nice. The label came off in the shower, but the Soap & Glory Smoothie Star Breakfast Scrub. It's almond and caramel scented. This is my favorite body scrub ever. I love the smell of this. I love the texture, but I can't seem to find it at my shoppers anymore. So I'm finishing the body scrub I have, but I think that they sell this in Thailand. I think that's where I found it the first time. So I'm probably just gonna stock up when I go there. But this is so good. I love this stuff so much and I will definitely be buying it over and over and over again because it's so good. Next, this is random. It's a teeny tiny little candle. Mimi and August heirloom scented candle. It's like an apple spice scent. It's literally so small, but it smells nice. I don't know, it's small. I don't feel like I would want to buy a candle this small again, but this is the refill thing of it, but another Atmosphere Beauty Mandelic Acid Serum. As I've said before, literally my favorite product of all time, forever and ever. I will never stop using this. My skin would be so bad without this stuff, so you will never catch me without this. Next, I have the Atmosphere Organic Mint Facial Cleanser. This is also my favorite cleanser of all time. It is so nice. It's so, like, not harsh. And this bottle lasts literally forever. I really like this stuff, but I'm out now and I couldn't get more in time for my trip, so I'm gonna use other stuff until I come back, but I do love this stuff. The e.l.f. Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. This was another makeup remover cleansing balm. I really liked this one as well. It did not irritate my eyes or break me out or anything. Again, if you are looking for a good drugstore brand, I do like this one as well. I still like my vanilla the best, but whatever. I have 2 eye creams because they were both pretty much empty at the beginning of the month. First, I have the Purito Wonder Relief Centella eye cream. I really, really, really loved this one. It's like super soothing, super not harsh, no scent. This one is the Dr. Althea Youthful Eye Serum. It was in like this aluminum thing, so I had to rip it apart, but this one was fine. I feel like it was cooling, like, which is nice, but it was not hydrating at all, which is typically what I like, is like a hydrating eye cream. So, not my favorite. I've got this Crest Extra Whitening Toothpaste. This is a bottle of toothpaste. Not sure there's much to say about it. It did the job. This Bath & Body Works White Pumpkin and Chai hand lotion that I swear to God I have had for years. So finally finished this. I don't know if that it was very hydrating. I mean, it was fine, but I feel like it just smells kind of cheap. Finally, a couple makeup products. This is not actually empty. It's the Tarte Creaseless Concealer, but first of all, it's the wrong shade. Second of all, it made me break out really bad. So it's not entirely empty. Maybe it's good for someone, just not me. The Rare Beauty Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Wonder. This is one of my favorite my favorite lip products because it's an oil, so it's really hydrating, but it's very much like an Asian beauty skin tint where realistically it's like a tint that stains your lips, but it's also hydrating. 10 out of 10. Finally, again with the Rare Beauty, Always an Optimist setting spray. I've bought this several times. I do like this. I will probably rebuy it. I just have a few like sample sized setting sprays I'm gonna finish first. I don't know if it sets the makeup as much as it melts it together, but I do feel like it really like melts all the makeup really well and keeps it from being cakey and keeps it hydrated and glowy. All right, so that is my March wrap up. Kind of a little bit of a speed round, super chaotic, but there's a lot of videos coming your way, especially trip preparation and then also of my trip. And yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. Yeah, I'm very excited for the month of April and for all the things I get to share. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and yeah, I'll see you next time.